All right, let's try this thing. Let's try this thing again, man. Yo, I'm gonna try to keep it short this time. All right, what is going on, guys? Again, it is your boy, the one and only Officer Israel, and welcome back to another live stream of Morning Motivation with Officer Israel. Now, I know that it's no longer morning, but the last live stream I did, I realized that some my moderator told me that I was muted for about a whole hour. So I was talking, but y'all couldn't hear me. So I apologize. My apologies. So we're gonna run this thing again. So to get to the point, uh, today's topic is called. Uh, today's title is the medicine, the bitter medicine that could change your life. Again, it is called the bitter medicine that could change your life. And what is that bitter medicine, brothers and sisters? That bitter medicine is called accountability. A lot of us, when we do things that we know that we shouldn't do, and we get caught up on those things, and then we face the consequences of our actions. We tend to point the finger and blame everybody else, and instead of taking a look at ourselves and saying, you know what, let me take, let me swallow this bitter pill that I don't like because it's bitter, but let me swallow it and let me take it and let the effect of it change my life. Instead, what we do, like I said, we point the finger, we blame other people, we blame the kids, we blame grandmother, we blame the baby daddies, we blame the baby mamas, we blame the husbands, we blame the wives, we blame the teachers, we blame God, we blame the damn car instead of sitting up there and actually taking accountability. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you guys many examples of taking accountability. What's going on, Asia? Thank you for joining. Um, Thank y'all. Hit that like button if you're just now joining. Hit that like button. I'm on the road to 8,000 subscribers. This is a new thing that I'm doing on my channel called Morning Motivation with Officer Israel, where I talk about different things. Color cover. Is that your name? What's going on? Thank you for joining. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's talk about this bitter medicine that we all need to take. So let's say I'm gonna give. I always like to start off with my personal example, right? Uh, Years ago, I wanted to try to get my credit right, right? So what I did, I started off, paying my loan back or whatever. I got a loan and I paid it back. And then, well, no, 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 no. I got a loan, and then before I paid that loan off, I went and got another loan. Now, let's say the first loan was, let's say I got $1,500 from the first loan, right? And then the payback would be $2,100. So instead of me actually paying that off, I went and refinanced my loan. When you refinance your loan, what you're doing is they will tell you that they're paying off the other loan that you owe, but they're actually adding both of them together. So being instead of me being patient and paying off my first loan, I went and refinanced because I was lusting for money. I was hungry for money. I really didn't need it, but I wanted it. So now, between that loan and the loan I just refinanced for, now I owe them people about $5,000. And I sat there for many months and said, damn, man, and I barely had $100 to my name, after I paid all my bills. But one thing I'm going to do is pay my bills. But what I realized is that I started blaming the loan company. I started blaming the loan company for me taking out their loan, for me having that money over my head. I started blaming everything. Oh man, oh man, they just doing this because no. I had to sit down and take what? I had to take that bitter pill that could change my life, which is what? That accountability. So what I did, one day I went in the bathroom and I looked myself in the mirror and I talked very firm to myself. I talked very square businessly to myself. What do I mean by very square businessly? I told myself, don't nobody feel sorry for you. You put yourself in this situation because you wanted the money and you know you didn't need. I might have needed some of that money, but I didn't need all that money and I damn sure didn't need to refinance my loan. What the hell am I refinancing my loan for? Just to say I got 1,500 in my bank account? When all I had to do in the first place was take that first loan and pay it off and save some of that loan money that I had after I pay it off. And then I have more money to play with if I wanted to play. You understand what I'm saying? But at that time, I started blaming the loan company. And shout out to World Finance. My relationship once I realized that it wasn't them, it was me. My relationship got my attitude towards World Finance got better. Now, don't get me wrong, I still paid off my loan, although I was talking shit in the beginning. But I realized that once you do what you're supposed to do, although you're in a bad situation, you're gonna come out better. But first, you gotta go through that pain. Some of us, we put ourselves in a bad situation and want everybody else to save us from it. I can't call those people. I couldn't call them people and say, "Yo, forgive me about this loan, man. Y'all just, just overlook that. They ain't gonna overlook a damn thing. You either gonna pay this money, or we gonna take you to court and get all the stuff that you put on this paperwork, all the collateral that you put on this paperwork, Mister. We gonna get that. Now either you gonna pay it off, or you gonna act stupid, and we're gonna take your black ass to court. So what did I have to do? I had to take accountability. I had to swallow that pill, and I had to keep it real with myself. And I literally went in the bathroom and looked at the mirror and told myself what it was. Some of us, the only time we look in the mirror is washing our face. Looking in the mirror is not just a physical thing. Sometimes now I physically looked in the mirror, but sometimes you have to spiritually look in the mirror at yourself and tell yourself, nigga, or man, you full of bullshit. You have to be honest with yourself. And I went in that mirror and I told myself, you got that money, you deal with it. You better find a way. What you gonna do? Call your daddy? You a grown ass man. And your daddy gonna tell you the same thing. You a grown man. He paid off his loans. You paid off your loan. Ain't nobody finna feel sorry. What you gonna do? Get a girl and give her some good and convince her to do that? No, that's the bum. Now you wanna be a bum. Now you wanna hang on to everybody else's coattail. Now you want everybody else to pay it off for you. And that's what some of y'all do. Some of y'all, instead of paying off your loan or actually getting a job, some of y'all sit up there and y'all, how did you know, huh? How did I know what? How did I know, uh, was, but what are you talking about? Them nostrils. Oh, yeah, yeah, bro. See, I don't have to have surgery on my nose. See, a lot of people. I'm gonna tell you something. Since you want to take it in that direction, I'm gonna tell you something. See, you see this melanin that I got on my skin, bro, or whatever race you are. Yeah, see, a lot of people, like my people, we got big noses, you know, because we the greatest people on the face of this earth. Unlike those other Jewish people that's trying to be us. Look at the name on my YouTube channel. Yeah, yeah. We them people for real. We ain't the counterfeits. We ain't Jewish, you know. So if you wonder why I got a big nose, because Christ had a big nose, and his father had a big nose. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I look just like my dad. Now back to the point at hand. Now, like I was saying, um, some of us men, we sit up there and we want our girls to pay for our fuck ups. You know, we sit up there and we want our girls to pay for our fuck ups, or we'll sit up there and manipulate somebody, and then we'll get mad at them because they don't want to feed into our bullshit. You said I never laid eyes on Jesus. Well, let me ask you a question. When you read in Revelation 1 and 14 through 15, and it described him having hair like wool, like this hair right here. You see this hair right here? This hair, that hair. He had hair like that. The only difference is it was gray. Now that I done put you in your place, I'm finna remove you out my face by just hitting this button right here. Yep, there it is. There you go. Now you can talk to yourself in the comment section like a psycho. Now I put you in the corner. Now talk to yourself and tell yourself you sorry. You know, because some people are crazy. But anyway, but like I was saying, some of us we'll sit up there and we want people to feel sorry for us, and we try to manipulate people and make them feel sorry for us. That's not gonna do it, bro. That's not gonna do it. Sis, we gotta learn to take accountability. So like I said, once I learned to take accountability, y'all, that's when I was able to be more stable. That's when my relationship with the loan company got better. That's now where I can look at my credit score and say, yo, I did that. You understand what I'm saying? But if I was sitting up there still being mad and all this type of stuff and looking at how much I owe and, mad because I had to pay $175 per month, until I paid it off, bro, that shit ain't gonna work. If you didn't want it in the first place, or if you didn't have a bad lust for it in the first place, you wouldn't have put yourself in a position. That's why the scripture says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. A lot of people quote that scripture wrong. People say for the love of money is the root of all evil. That ain't what it say. It say people say for money is the root of all evil. That ain't what it say. It say for the love of money, meaning you're willing to. In my case, I was willing to put myself damn near in bankrupt just because I wanted money. It ain't that I necessarily needed it. It's because I wanted it, and because of that, I had to go in that bathroom, like I said, self-reflection, look myself in the mirror, and tell myself, hey, yo, you got to do what you got to do, bro. What's going on? I don't know is it Gok? What's going on? Thank you for joining. Hit that like button, even if you're just passing by. We're talking about taking accountability. I'm giving y'all a personal story into my life about how I'm giving y'all one example of how I had to start taking accountability. You understand what I'm saying? So once I look myself in the mirror and I talk to myself, I don't feel no type of way about me taking out a loan now, because I know that that's a part of my responsibility. I don't mind paying them back the money that they gave me, because what I didn't realize at the time is that when you pay them people back your money, you did it already. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. But what I didn't realize at the time that even though I'm taking out, even though I got all these, I had all these loans over my head, or I had this big amount of loan, $5,000 over my head. Once I paid it off, guess what? I didn't realize that it would shoot my credit score. Well, I did, but at that time I was too busy blaming people to see. Nigga, don't you know once you pay that shit off, your credit might skyrocket? And now guess what? I could I could be damn near broke, y'all, with no money in my pocket. But because I have set myself up at with a decent credit, I can go to a car lot and damn near pull off without paying damn near anything, you know. But if I had sat back there and said, you know what, check this out, man, I'm not paying you fuckers no more. I'm not paying you fuckers. That I Nobody want to deal with you like that, bro. Nobody want to deal with a person that doesn't take accountability. Now I gave y'all the first story I gave y'all is a personal real life story of my own account. Now I'm going to give y'all different examples of people not taking accountability. Let's say let's say a brother named Jeremiah is riding down the street, right? Jeremiah is in his car and he got his brother with him. Same mama, same daddy. Now let's say Jeremiah is on parole. Jeremiah Jeremiah is rolling down. Jeremiah stops at a store, right? Let's say Jeremiah stops at a store. Jeremiah stops at a store and get a pack of gum. Now Jeremiah, not knowing, while Jeremiah's in the store, his brother Tyrone puts dope under the seat and put a gun under the seat. Now Jeremiah gets back in a whip, not realizing that Tyrone has put dope under his seat and put a gun under his seat. Now, mind you, Jeremiah is on parole. So Jeremiah is riding down the street, bumping Lil Boosie, set it off, feeling good, having a good day, right? Thank you for subscribing, Sue. Thank y'all. So Jeremiah's riding down the street. He happens to run a red light. Now, just so happened, when he runs that red light, the police stop him. Now, yeah, if y'all don't know, now correct me if I'm wrong, but usually when you're on parole, when you make contact with the police, that's an automatic search. They gotta search you and they gotta search your vehicle because you're not supposed to be around alcohol, you're not supposed to be around drugs, you're not supposed to be around guns. But again, little does Jeremiah know, Jeremiah is on his way to the penitentiary because of what his brother put in the seat. So Jeremiah gets out. The police stop everybody, IDs everybody, realizes that Jeremiah is on parole, out on parole, and they say, "All right, Jeremiah, you're you know what to do. We gotta search you and search your vehicle. Is there anything on you that may poke, prick, or hurt me, or anything that you're not supposed to have on you?" They search Jeremiah. Jeremiah is clean. He's good to go. They search Tyrone. Tyrone is clean. He good to go. But they still haven't searched the vehicle. So immediately when they search the vehicle, they found some crack on Jeremiah's side and they find a weapon on Jeremiah's side. Now technically, does that belong to Jeremiah? No. If y'all follow the story, who it belongs to is his brother Tyrone. Tyrone put the dope under the seat and the gun under the seat when Jeremiah went to the store to get a pack of gum. So now, Jeremiah is automatically on his way back to the penitentiary. Why? Because when you're on parole, you said another felony do nothing. What is your job? Another felony do nothing. Another what? Another felony do nothing. So, well, it doesn't matter. Follow the story anyway. It's the story. It's an example. It's not, I'm just follow the story. So now Jeremiah is on his way to jail automatically because he's on parole. He's out on parole. So now He's trying to tell the officer that the dope and the guns, or the gun, is not his. Now, Jeremiah knows that his brother Tyrone is known for selling dope. Now, I understand. We understand that as people, we want to help our family members. You understand? We love our family members. Let's say Tyrone didn't have a car, but Tyrone been in and out of the penitentiary system himself, or the prison system himself, on the same, on drug charges. So now Jeremiah is mad at Tyrone for putting the dope under the seat. Now Tyrone is not taking accountability for the dope. So now both of them is going back to prison. But what I want y'all to notice about Jeremiah is the one that really need to take accountability. Why? Because if you knew that your brother was a drug dealer and he was up to no good, no matter if that's your blood brother or not, you should know, okay, I'm on parole, I'm not doing none of that. Because at any moment the police can come over here, they can search me or whatever. They have the right to search me, and they have the right to search wherever I'm sitting at, because their job is to report it back to the parole board, my parole officer. So with me knowing that, I need to position myself and place myself around people that don't do stuff like my brother Tyrone does. But instead, because Jeremiah loves Tyrone, Jeremiah is now on his way back to the penitentiary. So now, as Jeremiah is awaiting his court sentence, now he's nervous because he was just out on parole for whatever reason. It could be for drugs, it could be for armed robbery, whatever the case may be. He just did all that time in jail, and he's out on parole. Cool. Now he's going back to prison. Now chances are, the time he was going to spend on parole or probation, now he got to do it flat in prison because he made that one wrong decision to allow his brother to ride with him. Another example. Let's say we have a family member that the doctor diagnosed with cancer. Hold on, y'all. Carmex on my lips real quick. Well, let's say we have a family member that has been diagnosed with cancer. And the doctor, let's say the family member is smoking cigarettes. One second. Alright, I'm back, y'all. If my lips look a little bit greasy, don't worry about it. I had to put some Vaseline on my lips. But anyway, let's say the doctor just diagnosed the family member with lung cancer, and let's say the family member used to smoke cigarettes. Now, the result of her smoking cigarettes or him smoking cigarettes is the cancer. Now, grandma could do one or two things. She could accept responsibility and stop and get herself together, or she can keep smoking and eventually die. So let's say grandmother chooses to not accept responsibility, not accept accountability. And let's say she chooses to keep smoking, and eventually she dies because the cancer has spread all over her body due to her continuous smoking, and now she's passed away. Now, at the funeral, people are crying and boo-hooing. We gonna miss grandma, right? We're gonna miss her, but we have to take accountability and realize that the doctor told grandma to stop smoking or else she was gonna pass away. She already got cancer. So sometimes, y'all, we have to take accountability and understand that when some people pass away in our lifetime, it's because they did it to themselves. They did it to themselves. I'm gonna give you another example. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel sad for a grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, grandmother should have listened. Grandmother should have listened when the doctor said, "Don't smoke them cigarettes no more, Miss Betty. If you keep smoking, you're gonna die." Grandmother didn't listen, and now grandmother is no longer with us. So I'm gonna give y'all another example. Let's say a young man is a gangbanger, right? He out there in the streets. Let's say he's a foot soldier that does the work for the OGs. Let's say he one of the top foot soldiers. He's moving up through the ranks. Who is it? 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Come in. Alright, I'm back, y'all. Alright, my bad. I had to handle some business. But let's say the young man, he's one of the top hitters. But then there comes a day where God got to take him away. And let's say he died by the same means of what he's known for. Meaning, let's say somebody slid on him, a group of people slid on him. What's going on? Uh, Leonardo da Vinci. What's going on? Appreciate you for joining. Hey, if y'all haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. The more you hit the like button, the more YouTube pushes this live stream out to a greater audience, just like it did you, right? So hit that like button, and if you like content like this, and you like daily conversations like this, definitely subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell so that you won't miss a beat whenever your boy is on beat. Okay, I appreciate y'all. So the brother end up being unalived by the same thing that he's known for. So now so now his funeral comes about. Now, I'm not saying that it's not a sad situation that the brother got killed, but you got to understand, he has to take accountability for his actions. And just so happened, his actions caused him to be out of here. It's time for him to go. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when it comes, yo, bro, I'm 19. I don't know how to make money. Help me out. You don't know how to make money and you 19. Okay, here's a side note. If you don't know how to make money and you're 19, I'm gonna help you out. Bro, it's hot outside. One way you can make money, bro, is investing in a bucket, some towels, and some dish soap. And you start washing cars, detail cars. Or even if you don't want to clean the inside of the car, you can take a bucket and some water and clean cars real good, and charge them for depending on how big the car is, you charge them a price for each car, and eventually when you do that, guess what? You're gonna get a clientele, and before you know it, you'll be known as the young man that's washing cars. But you gotta make sure every car that you wash, you gotta make sure you do it very good. I'm talking about go above and beyond. I'm talking about make those cars look like they just came off the showroom floor. If you gonna make some money, you gotta make. If they gonna pay you, you gotta make sure you do what you do. You gotta make sure you make them rims shine, all that type of stuff, and throw a little bit of extra in there. Whatever your extra is, throw a little bit of extra. You know, go above and beyond. Like, guarantee you, if you do extra, you gonna be well off, bro. Or if you don't want to do that, it's hot outside. The grass is growing. While the sun is still out, and while it's still summertime, guess what? You can make a living by mowing people's lawns. You can easily make a living by mowing people's lawns. You can get you a weed eater, and you can. Yeah, man. No problem. Yeah, that's just So whether you want to wash cars or mow the lawn, but make sure you charge them a good price, but a decent price at the same time. But always, bro, stay hydrated. Cause I know it's hot. I know it's hot outside, so stay hydrated. And one of the best ways you can stay hydrated is by eating watermelon. Fruit that got a lot of water in it. And watermelon, I think watermelon got over 90 something. I think watermelon got over 90% of water in it. So stay hydrated too, bro. All of y'all stay hydrated, not just everybody. Because it's hot out. Hold on one second, guys. Santa, can you come pick up my phone and drop it? It's on his face, so just grab it from where it is and keep the phone down. You don't want to show your face. Hold on one second, y'all. Alright, so where I was. Okay, so now, like I was saying, the young man at the funeral. It's the young man's funeral, right? What's going on? I can't say your name. How you say your name? At Tenzin? Uh, uh, are you asking me to sub, or are you telling me you sub to my channel? You subscribe to my channel. But yeah, guys. So let's say the young man got put to death by somebody slid on him and they took him out of there. Now I'm not saying that that's not a sad situation, but we gotta realize that that brother died the same way he was living. And there's an old saying that says, "You live by the gun, you die by the gun. You live by the sword, you die by the sword." And a lot of people, although I'm pretty sure their family member is gonna miss that brother, but that we gotta realize that we gotta the family has to take accountability and realize that that young man was a demon. He was a demon, man. And some people, they're better off with the Lord than being on this earth because they're demons. Some people are just like that. Some people are born, some people are ordained to be evil and to do evil. And it ain't no telling how many lives that boy done killed in his lifetime. It ain't no telling how many lives that boy done took. So before other people, and I'm gonna tell you something. Speaking of that, side note, I know, like I said, I know they go the young man. But what I don't like is that soon as at the young man's funeral, he go to mama. She go the man might be 36 years old. Here she go bringing up his old picture when he was a baby. You know what? My baby did what he did, but he knew the Lord. How in the hell he knew the Lord and he sliding on niggas? How in the hell he knew the Lord and he terrorizing the whole neighborhood? People are literally scared of this guy, but he knew the Lord. Stop it. I'm gonna tell you something. That's why I don't go to funerals. That's one of the main reasons why I don't go to funerals. Cause I can't sit there and listen to people lie. I understand you hurt, but listen, you know, if he was a demon, he was a demon. I'm not finna sit. I'm gonna tell you something. If my brother or my father was a damn demon, I would let it be known. He died because he was a demon. She died because she was a demon. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to taking accountability. The family members, when somebody died like that, there was a gang member or something like that, nobody ever sits down and think, well, you he lived by the sword, he died by the sword. You understand what I'm saying? Now I could see if the brother had stopped doing what he was doing and changed his life and got a family and that happened to him, that that for that I would feel more sadder. Which I would feel sad either way. But if he was still out there doing that, I wouldn't feel too much. I wouldn't shed too many tears because you live by the sword, you die by the sword. But if he started a family and he changed his life, gave his life to God, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll feel much more sadder because he had stopped doing it. But at the same time, some of the things that you do, it will catch up with you later. Some things, some consequences you have to pay. You have to pay for your consequences with your life. So this is what I'm talking about today. The ability to take accountability. We must have the ability to take accountability. And like I, hold on one second. sorry about that again. So yeah, like I was saying, certain things we do, unfortunately, you know, the, it sometimes catch up to us, and some of us die because of our old past. You understand? That's the sad thing about it. That's why you gotta. But at the end of the day, we still have to take accountability. If we're living, if we're able to live through all that, we still. And thank you. I can't stop. You mind if I call you Aunt? I can't say your name, so I'm just gonna call you Aunt. Uh, but thank you, Aunt. I appreciate it. Some things we do, y'all. Sometimes we have to, some of us be unalive for it. For example, let's say you just got a new car and you got a muscle car. It goes real fast, right? It goes real fast. And let's say you decided to test the car out, and you just bumped the car, so you wanna test it out and see how fast it goes. But as you get in the car, and let's be honest, most of us, oh, you from Sweden? Wow. Shout out to Sweden, man. I done got. Let me ask you a question. And how did you find my channel? Way in Sweden, I'm in America. Wow, that's crazy. Look at me having people join my live from a whole nother country. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you for real. But let's say the young man or the young woman, she decides to, she bought the car, and let's be honest, most of us, we don't wear seatbelts when I don't wear, I'm in a wheelchair and I don't wear this seatbelt unless I'm going to an appointment, and I'm in a vehicle and I'm going to an appointment. It's going to be bumpy. Of course, I'll wear the seatbelt then, but I don't wear the seatbelt, around the house or even when I go outside. Now, should I wear the seatbelt? Yes. But the person gets in the car, and number one thing, they don't put on the seatbelt. So they push the pedal to the middle. Woo, we having fun. Woo! And then boom. Dead. Or if not dead, paralyzed for the rest of your life. Or if not paralyzed for the rest of your life, hurt real bad. Let's say they survived the crash, right? The car is totaled, but they survived the crash. And they had to have multiple back surgeries, multiple neck surgeries, and all that type of stuff. It's a good thing that they survived. But now they complaining about the pain. Oh, I'm hurting. Let's go back even before the surgery. Now, let's say you were alive during the crash. Let's say you were woke during the crash and after the crash. Now you call 911, or somebody that witnessed the crash, they called 911. And now you sitting up there moaning and groaning because you're in pain. And you're telling the people to hurry up, and you're telling the people to tell them to hurry up and get here. But what you don't realize yet is that, damn, I should have done that. Or maybe you did realize it, but maybe you realized it too late. A lot of times we realize, or we take accountability too late. Now you in the driver's seat. You halfway in the driver's seat, and you halfway in the passenger seat, and your legs are all tangled up. The airbag done deployed. You can't feel your legs. You can't feel nothing. You fucked up. You know why you fucked up? Because you fucked up. Let me break that down. The first fuck up means you got in that car and put the pedal to the metal real fast, as fast as it could go, with no seatbelt on. That's the first fuck up. The second fuck up is now you done fucked yourself up. You look like something. You look like some damn bent metal that done went through a damn. What's that machine that be squishing everything? That metal, that big ass metal machine that just squish everything. You look like you went through a compressor machine. So now they get you out of the car. As the fire department has to use the jaws of life to even open the damn door. Y'all, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, y'all seen the jaws of life where they have the little tool where they have to break the door off the damn the car. And now I'm hurting. Yeah, we know you're hurting, but guess what? You did it. You know, they trying their best to get you up out of there, but it's gonna hurt. It wouldn't have hurt if you gotta take accountability. Be quiet. Yell into. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to say it hurt, but you gotta examine why it hurt. Why does it hurt for them to pull you out of that vehicle? It didn't hurt for you to get in. Your ass wasn't hurt. Your back wasn't hurt. Nothing was hurting. But now that you done got in that car wreck, now it hurts. Why? Why do it hurt? Because you didn't realize that maybe I shouldn't, even though this is a sports car, maybe I shouldn't be going fast. Maybe this is not the right way to test it out. You understand? Maybe I should value my life more. You didn't take accountability. So now the fire department is doing their best. A 2-man team, a 3 or 4-man team, 2 people trying to get you out. The ambulance got the stretcher ready to go. The other people is putting the board under you to try to make it easier for them to pull you out. Everybody's working as a team because you didn't take accountability. Now they gonna do what they got to do to get you to the hospital, but you sitting up there, wait, ain't no wait. You should have waited. You should have thought about waiting before you set your ass in that car and act like a damn fool driving down that damn road like you did. Ain't no wait. They got to get you up out of there. Them people can't wait on you. It's going to hurt regardless. You done broke damn near everything in your body. You talking about, oh, wait, it hurt. Of course it's going to hurt. What do you think? This ain't like pulling no damn splinter out your damn finger. You done fucked yourself up. So, the point is there's consequences to every action. I want y'all to understand that there are consequences and repercussions to every action. And what we have to do, just like I said in the title of this live stream, we have to take this pill that's going to change our life. Now, let's say she makes it to the hospital or he makes it to the hospital. And they give you some medicine for the pain and everything like that. Now you got to have surgery. Now, and let's fast forward. Now you in rehab and stuff like this. And now the medical bill comes. The medical bill comes, for all those surgeries. Let's say you owe a total of $100,000. And you sitting up there talking about, but I can't pay that. I can't pay that much money. Whatever will I do? What you need to do is take accountability. You need to do what you got to do to pay them people, because them doctors got to get paid. Everybody that was involved in them surgeries, they got to get paid. And you gotta pay the EMTs too. Yeah. Cause I'm telling you, had you not been in that situation, had you not put yourself in that situation, you wouldn't have needed surgery. You wouldn't have needed to go to the hospital, and you wouldn't have had a medical bill. But because you wanted to do that, because you wanted to test out your new car, by the way, that you no longer have, because it's total. You lucky to be alive. So now you want to talk to your mama now, or talk to your family members about helping you pay the bill. I'm not helping you pay a motherfucking thing. Yes, I'm glad you here, but I'm not helping you pay nothing. You were stupid enough to do it, and you should be smart enough to take accountability for your actions. You're not finna tangle up my pockets just because you got tangled up in the car and you want me to be tangled up just like you was in that car trying to figure out this damn medical bill. Not me. You know that I wish somebody would ask me for some money for something like that, and it's your fault. I'm not gonna help you pay no damn medical bill when it's your fault. I can see if you randomly had a heart attack or whatever the case may be, and you had to have surgery or something like that. You know, because things happen. But when you deliberately and you and the evidence is irrefutable, irreversible. Even the highway patrol, you know, because the highway patrol, if I'm not mistaken, they'll be the ones that's in control of telling how the accident happened. We have evidence showing that it's your fault. You was the highway patrolman said you were going at least 100 to 120 miles per hour when you hit that tree, when you hit that guardrail, and fucked yourself up. So now I'm sitting up here looking at the medical report, and then I'm looking at the highway patrol report. I'm looking at the medical report, then I'm looking at the highway patrol report. You was going 100 to 120 miles per hour when your ass had that crash. I'm not helping you pay any motherfucking thing. You can hate me, I don't care if you call me crippled. But today I'm gonna show you how a crippled nigga take a stance by not helping you pay that medical bill. You see what I just did there? And cause some of them, when you tell them you ain't gonna help them out, that's when they start pointing the finger. They still don't get the point. It's not your fault that they went and drove 100 to 120 miles per hour and fucked their life up and messed their pockets up too. Cause now they gotta pay over $100,000. Now they get mad at you because you won't help them. You won't feel sorry for them. Well, that's why the Bible says this death to them that calls evil good and good evil. It's good for me not to help your ass because it's your fault. Because here's the thing: if I help that person pay that bill, what is the use of how she gonna know not to do that no more if all the family members get together and help her? That's not showing her that she should do anything. That's not showing her how to take accountability. We don't help those that's in wrong. We don't reward good. We don't reward evil with good. That was evil for her to do, and that shows that she hate herself, she hate her people, and she hate her life. I don't give a damn about somebody saying, "Oh well, she was young or he was young." And you know how young people are. I don't give a damn. I'm not helping pay no medical bill. That was your fault. Sorry, I don't do that. We don't do that over here. So now, the point is, y'all, taking accountability. If they had not have been in that car acting a damn fool like that, she wouldn't have had that medical bill or nothing like that. Here's another example of taking accountability. Let's say, brother, you meet this fine woman, and she's altogether fine as wine. Who's she fine? It must be jelly. Cause jam don't shake like that. You know how them old perverts used to say that shit. Yeah, that point. So now, let's say you get back to the hotel, y'all have a drink or whatever, or y'all met at the club, and y'all had a drink. Somehow y'all ended up in the same hotel, and you wake up. And you wake up, you roll over, damn, baby, I had a good time last night. And then you hear voices say, yeah, baby, I had a good time too. What the fuck? And you wake up with your ass aching. And you put two and two together, and you yank the cover off the person, and you find out that this person is actually a man that's dressed like a woman. but he looked just like a woman. He had a surgery. And now you get mad and want to beat the brother's ass because you laid down with him. See what you done did there? You see what you done did. Now you ain't never laid down with a man a day in your life. But for some reason, you laid down with a man. And you know the reason is because you didn't take accountability, and you didn't say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't take this woman who you thought was a woman and do this. Now your ass is hurt. And you realize that brother took your manhood that you thought was a woman. What you gotta do from this point on out, bro? You gotta take accountability. What you gonna do? Beat his ass? Kill him? And to be honest with y'all, that's what most people do. That's what most people do when they find out they slept with a man, they're a man themselves, and they supposed to be liking a woman. It's not even about the brother dressing like a woman at this point. It's about you being stupid. Now you waking up and your asshole is hurting and burning, and you yanked the cover off and realized the woman you thought was a woman is a man. And now you want to put some hands on him. Or now you want to blow his brains out. Nope. Let's say you try to blow his brains out, but the Lord caused the gun to jam. You know the Lord will do that, right? The Lord will cause all that stuff to happen, and knowing that you're gonna kill him, so the Lord will send an angel down there and put your hand on that gun and the gun could be full of bullets with one in the chamber. And you point the gun right at his head and want to blow his brains out, but for some reason, damn, this bitch won't blow. Damn, ooh, you lucky. So you just start pistol whipping. So now you going to jail. Now you going to jail for battery and assault with a deadly weapon and all that type of stuff because you done pistol whipped a brother that you thought was a man. And now, instead of you getting yourself together, now everybody know that you slept with that man. And he's still alive to tell the story. You see what happened? When all you had to do was accept your bullshit and say, you know what, that was on me. You know, I'll never do that again. You let your pride get in the way. Bitch. But listen, you was willing to sleep with somebody else's daughter that you didn't know. That you wouldn't want nobody to do your daughter like that, but you just got mad because you found out that it's a man and not a woman. But you were willing to sleep with somebody's daughter like that you didn't know. You was willing to spit that same game that you spit to that young man that you thought was a woman. So you need to take accountability on both sides. Even if it was a woman. Would you want somebody to do your daughter like that to just have a one night stand? No. So now you sitting up there in jail done beat this brother's face and damn near to can't nobody recognize him. Because you mad because you know he did what you was trying to do to a female. Taking advantage. Brother, you know when a female get drunk what they do. Most of them, when they get drunk, they start shaking that ass and things happen very fast. Let's be honest. That's what you came to the club for in the first place. But at this point, the roles were reversed. Instead of you hitting it from the back, you got hit from the back, and now you don't know how to act. I'll tell you how to act. Take accountability. And now because of your pride, now you done sit up there, you wanted to kill him. and you being charged with attempted murder, attempted first-degree murder, and you got assault charges on you. So now you might do life in prison because all this started because you wanted some booty. Except the nigga got your booty. So now you just all fucked up. And the people in prison, everybody know that you in prison because you messed over a transgender that you thought was a woman who took your booty. Instead of you saying, you know what, all right, bro, you know, that was my fault, you know, or y'all could have fought it out. You could listen. I'm not a violent man, but you could have asked that brother, you know, to do one-on-one, fight it out. You know what I'm saying? And he probably would have did it, but you tried to kill him because he took your manhood. Well, you were gonna do the same thing to the woman. You probably were gonna do the same thing to that woman, and got her in her feelings, and she would have never seen you again. Wasn't that your plan in the first place? Okay then. Except the roles were reversed. He took you and got you in your feelings. Except your feelings is your backside and your pride. How you think a woman feel when you step off in the club and yeah, baby, I'm gonna do this and do that and do this, and let's talk about that for a minute. Some of these brothers are real good. Some of these brothers and sisters are real good at putting that thing down, whether it be a man or a woman. And you know you ain't gonna stay with that brother. You know you ain't gonna be with that brother. Brother, you know you ain't gonna be with that sister. But you gotta make an example so you can tell your homeboys, right? Or sis, you gotta make an example. You gotta make an example. You want that nigga to be wrapped around your finger. But then when a man start acting crazy and putting tractors on your car, you know, tractors on your car trying to figure out where you at and popping up at your daughter's graduation or something, now you want to call the police, and rightfully so, but also take accountability. Take accountability. So you understand what I'm saying? This is a heavy topic. Hey, if you haven't hit that like button already, please, before you leave, do me this one favor and hit that like button, press that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. The like button is free, and so is the share and subscribe button, man. I'm on the road to 8,000 subscribers or 8K subscribers, and I can't do it without you guys. Help your boy out, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss a beat whenever your boy's on beat. But yeah, back to the stories. So, as y'all can see, there's many different examples that I can tell y'all about the result of not taking responsibility. There's consequences to every action, and some of them are fatal, and some of them are near fatal. You understand? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Let's say, all right, here's another story. Let's say I allow somebody over my house, right? And in the privacy and the security of my house. And let's say I trust this person to a certain degree. And let's say I leave that person in the house just for maybe about an hour. And I come back and and my money that I had on the table is no longer there. And now what that person don't know is that I had security cameras in my house. So now I see this person in my house taking my money off my table. But when I come back in, I ask the person, Did you see what happened to my $50 that I had on this table? Oh no, I'm sorry, give me your $50. He said, and then what really made me mad, what really makes me mad is the person, people like that will get up and look for and help you look for it. Like they ain't the one, like they ain't the ones that stole it. Now I'm sitting up here watching the camera the whole time. I'm already knowing that you just stole my $50. And you put it in your titties. I seen you put it in your titties. So now, here's two actions of accountability. Number one, I need to take accountability and understand that I need to be careful about who I let around me. I need to be more cautious about who I let around me from now on. And number two, the person that stole from me, she needs to take accountability and realize that even though I forgive you for stealing from me, let's say she gave me the money back, y'all. Let's say she gave me the money back, all the money, $50, straight across the board, $50 flat. She pulled them out her titties and she gave it back to me. Okay, cool. But then I tell her, you gotta leave. You gotta leave now. What? But I gave you your money. Yeah, I understand that, but you gotta leave. You can't be around me. We ain't friends no more. What? You know, I gave you your money back. What is the thing that she's not understanding? She's not understanding accountability. She's not understanding that there's consequences to every action. And according to what she did, I forgive her because let's say she's sorry for stealing and she give me my money back. Well, she gave me my money back. But the judgment for her doing what she did is we can't be friends no more. That's my judgment. Now, some of y'all may say, well, oh, this and that. This ain't you. This ain't your story. This ain't your example. This is mine. So, I stopped being friends with her. That's me taking accountability and being more careful. Now, I'm wrong for taking accountability and keeping a thief away from my house? Okay. Okay, because some of you may think that I'm wrong. Let's say somebody breaks into your house and shoots you. And steal your stuff. And you survive. And they find the person and they prosecute the person. Now, although that person just tried to take your life, say you had kids in there and everything, are you gonna open your door and let that person do that again? Because I know there may be some of you that may watch this video later and be like, well, I would have did this. Well, what if they break into your house and shoot you? And you survive being shot. So, and you got kids. And they go to court and they get sentenced to life in prison. And my question to y'all is, would y'all let that person, once that person get out, if they ever do get out, let's say they only got 40 years to life, would you let that person back in your house knowing that he shot you, that he tried to steal your life from you? He tried to steal your life. Taking is another word for stealing. When you take someone's life, that's saying you stole their life. So he tried to steal your life now. Let's say it's not $50. Let's say that person tried to take my life. If I let her back in, at first it was $50, Now she tried to take my life. She shot me. She stabbed me. So am I wrong for not? If my question now is, am I wrong for not letting her around me now? Because according to some of you, you gotta forgive and let God. So does forgive and let God means I gotta let this person who now, first of all, she stole money from me, and the next time she tried to steal my life away from me. So how many times do I have to forgive her and let her back in? I'm not me. I'm not gonna let that happen. You do something to me one time, to that point, where I don't give a damn if it's still in a pack of bubble gum away from me. It's not what you stole, it's the fact that you stole. It's the fact that I trusted you around my house, around my people and around my belongings, and you stole it. I don't give a damn if it's a bag of chips. It's the fact that you stole it. So it's not about the value of what's stolen, whether she's trying to steal my life from me or whether she's stealing a bag of chips. It's not about the value of what's stolen. It's never about the value. It's the point that you stole. It's the principle of still. It's the principle of what you did. It's the action of what you did. So for all of you that said, "Well, I would let him steal around." Okay, all right. But as far as me and my household, she got to go. It ain't no. There's a difference between forgiving. I'm not saying that I'll hold a grudge against her. Forgiving is not you forgive a person and then you let them back around. Yeah, some of y'all don't know the Bible. Christ ain't never said forgive them and then let them back around. No, he said that if they do something to you, forgive them. Once they come back and they say, "Yo, I'm sorry," forgive them. But he didn't say nothing about let them back in your house or trust them again. Forgiveness is granted, but access is denied. I'm going to say it again. Forgiveness will be granted, but guess what? Access to my personal life, the way you had it, is denied. I'm going to say it again. Forgiveness will be granted once you say you're sorry, and once you show that you're sorry. And I'm the type of person you can't just tell me I'm not gonna accept this. Some people apologize like this. Well, I'm sorry. Damn, there you go. First of all, no, you're not. Second of all, what are you sorry for? I want you to from your mouth to God's ears. I want you to confess what you're sorry about, and what I want you to confess what you did. It ain't no, okay, I'm sorry for what I did. Well, sister, brother, what did you do? Take accountability. What did you do? Okay, I'm sorry for X, Y, and Z. Okay, now that you apologize for X, Y, and Z, I forgive you. You still my family member. You still my brother, but now I gotta feed you from a long-handled spoon. So, no, you can't go on a road trip with me. No, I don't. No, you can't stay at my house again. No, we ain't doing that. No. But I just said I'm sorry. I heard you. But okay, get out of my house now. But you just said you forgive me. I did. Brother, take accountability. I don't trust you no more. When you forgive a person, that don't mean you trust them for whatever. I'm gonna give y'all another example. If a sister's in a relationship with a brother, and the brother is whooping her ass, I'm talking about boots and hands. He whooping her ass for whatever reason, like she's a man or something. And let's say that sister finally gets away from him. She finally getting away. She finally, she probably done got married now, or she probably got another dude and about to get married. And let's say the brother that used to put his hands on her started dating or wanting to date her again. So he hit her up. What's up, boo? You know what I'm saying? You know it's been years since I talked to you. You looking good. You know this and that, this and that. Now, let's say the brother apologized. Let's say the brother apologizes for the way he treated her and the way he used to put his hands on her. Should that sister forgive him? Well, yes, she should forgive him once he apologizes. But my question is, should she let him back in her life, knowing that the way he beat her severely, the way he used to? My answer is no. And some of you sisters, instead of y'all leaving a brother and letting him take accountability for his actions, some of y'all won't even press charges on the niggas. And then some of y'all be lying to the police. Oh, I hit my, I slipped and fell. So let me get this right, sis. You slipped and fell and you blacked both your eyes. You bust both of your teeth. You bust your lip. You cracked the rib. And you broke your ankle. All in one, right? What did you fall on? Some of y'all under the sound of my voice, or that's gonna watch this video later. Some of y'all with a Negro like that right now, they're just beating y'all ass, and y'all steady make excuses for the nigga. And the police been called over and over again, and the police will take him to jail. You be the one calling the police. And they'll come over and take him to jail, and then you're dumb enough to bail him out of jail. Well, what's the use of you calling the police then? You're not taking accountability for your life, and you're not allowing him to take accountability for him putting his hands on you. Sis, let me explain something to you. There comes a time where you have to give a damn about your life. To hell with how good the penis is. To hell with the fact that y'all got kids. If this man is putting his hands on you, that ain't love, sis. And he put his hands on you for nothing. Because some men will put their hands on you just because you didn't get up when they told you to get up. And they talk, bitch, did I tell you to fix me a sandwich? Pie. And it done got to the point now where you so used to being abused, this thing that damn near got tears in my eyes, man. Damn. It done got to the point now where you so used to being abused that even if he lift his hands up, you start flinching. Because you think you finna get smacked. Sis, you need to take accountability and realize that your life is well more valuable than a brother putting his hands on you. That Negro don't love you if he putting his hands on you, man. That's not love. He's trying to kill you. How many black eyes and broken ribs and shit like that you gonna have to go through before you realize that nigga he gonna kill you, man? Don't wait till it's too late. Run. Separate from him. And if you scared of him, there's a reason why you can wait. Hell, I don't know what to tell you. You know, if I'm gonna tell you, well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm finna say something. Well, yeah, I'm gonna give you some advice. Now, this may be some weird advice. Some of y'all may agree, some of y'all may not agree. But check this out, man. If you that scared of him, put him to sleep. Give him some of that good, that snapper that you got. And then once you, give him a drink or something. Then once he fall asleep, To hell with your clothes. Get your car keys and get the fuck up out of there. And never come back. I don't care if you gotta go to your mama's house. I don't care where you gotta go. Get the hell up out of there. Do it today. Don't wait. Take accountability and realize that your life is way more important than somebody putting their hands on you because they think they the man. Let me tell you something, niggas. You putting your hands on a woman don't make you a man. What makes you a man is when you decide to take a stand and realize God's plan. That's what makes you a man. In God's plan, God says that we must give honor to the woman as unto the weaker vessel. Now, with that being said, because you know I like to make things even. Sisters, if that brother is providing for you, I don't give a damn if I don't give a damn if he's working at Walmart. I don't care if you're making more money than him. A lot of y'all sit up there and say, well, if he ain't making more money than me, then okay. There's gonna come a day when the government shut down. Sis, what's gonna happen when the government shut down and the current currency that we're using now, we're not able to use it no more? You know the $100 bills that we use, the $20 bills, the $1 bills. What's gonna happen when that currency don't work no more? And you can't what's gonna happen? What are you gonna do? For those of you women who are waiting on Mr. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want the brother that work at Walmart. You don't want the brother that's working 2 jobs. And it may not be the job that you think he should have. But sis, don't y'all understand that most of the men that y'all want, y'all will never get? I'm gonna explain something to y'all real quick. Men and women. Eve had the most handsomest, good-lookingest man on the face of the earth in Adam. Adam had everything, y'all. Adam was the God on this earth. You understand? Adam was the creme de la creme. The top of the top. The one and the only. And guess what Eve did? Now I'm talking about in the Garden of Eden. In the beginning of time, y'all. Eve had the most handsomest, good-lookingest man on the face of this damn planet. He had everything. The brother was in charge of naming animals and everything. She had everything she needed. And she still ended up letting another man deceive her and fuck up everything. So what makes y'all think? Because you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women, y'all are the daughters of Eve. And guess what? Eve is back today. The scripture said there is no new thing under the sun. The same spirit that Eve had back then is the same spirit that most of these sisters have today. So, sis, let me explain something to you. It don't matter how much money that brother has. It don't matter if he got 2 jobs, 1 job, or whatever the case may be. You still ain't gonna be satisfied because a lot of times you don't take accountability. That brother could be working his ass off and you still find something evil about that brother. Now, granted, there are bombs out there. I gave y'all an example of a bum that put his hands on a woman. But what if you got a brother that ain't putting his hands on a woman? What if you got a brother that is paying all the bills? A lot of y'all still find some type of reason to complain against the brother. And you wonder why he ain't giving you no meat. You wonder why he ain't giving you no meat. Because look how you talking. You talk to him like he your child. Y'all had children already, some of y'all. So why are you talking to that brother like he your child or something? That's why brothers don't be want. That's why the man don't want to do nothing for you. Let me tell you something, sister. Sisters, there's an ability that y'all have that don't no other woman have on the face of this damn planet, and that's that soft voice. You know, like the soft voice y'all had when y'all first met the brother. You know how y'all used to act shy around them when y'all first met them. You know how y'all used to cover y'all mouth when y'all was eating around them because y'all was shy and y'all didn't want to show y'all food because you thought he was some fine shit and you don't want to show him your real self. What happened to that? What happened to? Cause if he's such a bad person, why would you spread your legs for him? That's why I don't understand. Everybody got everything to say about what this man ain't doing and what that man ain't doing. But what made you open your legs in the first place? Oh, I get it. It was a mistake. Oh, so you just accidentally hopped on his penis. Over and over again. It's an accident, right? Oh, okay. So it's an accident that y'all got 3 or 4 babies together, or a baby together, or 2 babies together, or 5 babies together. You just accidentally tripped and fell, and he just ended up shooting a club up, penis to vagina, all up in it. I'm talking about deep in it. But now he's a bum ass nigga. This and that. You need you another man. He ain't gonna see his kids all this time. Wait a minute. Well, if he's such a bum, you mean to tell me you didn't know that before you got with him? Before you accidentally did all that on him? Before y'all actually started clapping cheeks together, you didn't know that? Oh, so what it really is, because he don't scratch your itch, or because he don't, because like I said, some of y'all are evil, bro. Just like men are evil, y'all women are evil too. And guess what, sis? If you see something in him that ain't right, you're looking at a reflection of yourself. Because if he ain't right, that means you ain't right neither. Because you don't see a zebra hanging out with a cow. You don't see a snake hanging out with a bear. You are who you hang around. You are who you attract. You will see crackheads hanging around other crackheads. You will see dope dealers hanging around other dope dealers. You will see zebras hanging out with other zebras. But for some reason, that man that you got with, he wrong and you right. Is something wrong with him? No, it's something wrong with the both of y'all. You got problems and he got problems. It ain't just him, brother. It ain't just her. It's both of y'all. Both of them. And I said it right. Some country. Y'all know what I mean. Both of them. Both of them. I said it right. I don't have to say both of them. I'm country. I like the way I said it. Don't get on this live trying to correct me. It's something wrong with both of y'all. So, sister, if you say something wrong with him, then it's something wrong with you. Brother, if you say it's something wrong with her, then it's something wrong with you. Because every beast consorts to his own kind. Everything hang out with its own kind. If you notice, you see a drunk hanging out with other drunks. Crackheads hanging out with other crackheads. Hoes hanging out with other hoes. Whoremongers hang out with other whoremongers. For those of you who don't know what a whoremonger is, that's a male whore that don't know how to keep his penis in his pants. Y'all be seeing them niggas with Them brothers with their pants hanging off their ass talking about how they hit old girl last night. Or he seen a fine bitch at the club last night. Now I'm not calling you sisters bitches. I'm just saying that's how niggas talk. I'm not that, but I'm just showing y'all examples. And you know what I noticed? Neither one of y'all take accountability. Neither one of y'all take accountability. Especially you women. We like I remember one time, here's a personal story. Here's a personal story. Me and this person was having an argument over the years. We would have arguments over the years. What's going on, legendary stuff? How you doing? Appreciate you for joining. If y'all haven't already, make sure you hit that like and share button. Please hit that like and share button. Your boy's on the road to 8,000 subscribers, and I can't do it without you guys. We do topics like this every day. Be sure, if you like these type of conversations and topics, be sure to come back tomorrow morning for another live stream of morning motivation with Officer Israel. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Subscribe to the channel to be notified and hit that notification bell. All right. So story time. I was in a relationship with this one person, and over the years we would argue. I would say things to hurt her feelings. She would say things to hurt my feelings. But over the years, I realized as I got older, this ain't gonna do it. So I decided to get better. Now I still got things that I work on, but let's say you decide to let the person back around with you. So it's been years you decide to let the person back around with you, and it still don't work. You know what you have to do? Being that you're better or you're working on yourself, you have to take accountability and separate from that person. Because if you don't separate from that person, you're gonna keep saying the same thing over and over and over again, and they're not gonna get it. Some people that come across your life, y'all, they're not gonna get it. They're not ordained to you. And some people that's in your life, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give this example, and then I'm gonna end the live stream. I appreciate y'all for joining. Some people that's in your life. Some people are in your life. Some people are ordained to be in your life to make you realize what you need to do, and then they will leave you. But some of them will come in your life for a while, and they're gonna be with you for a while. Meaning they're gonna be your best friend when it comes to support you and all your bullshit. But then when you start elevating, they complain about the elevator. So now that you moving forward, they still want you to live. They still want you to live back. They still want you to look back. They don't want you to live forward. They don't want you to look forward no more. They want you to look back and feel sad and be all depressed and stuff like that. They don't want you elevating. So now they're there to make you realize, oh, I gotta cut ties with this person. It's just like an infected lung. Yes, you're gonna miss that lung. Yes, that lung was there, whether it be the left lung or the right lung, the left hand or the right finger, the left eye or the right toe. We need those things. Those things are near and dear to us. But if that toe is affecting you, if that eye is affecting you, if that lip is affecting you, if that shoulder bone is affecting you, it needs to be removed. If that kidney is too damaged, it needs to be removed. Yes, we rely heavily on those kidneys, but some part of our bodies are so infected that it needs to be removed, or it's going to take out the whole body, meaning you're going to be dead. So a friendship or life is just like that. Certain people, you love them, and they're your family members. But we have to realize when we begin to take accountability, the people who we thought that was for us, they're actually against us. When we realize that the same way that up is the opposite of down, left is the opposite of right, back is the opposite of forward, then we will start realizing that there's a reason for every season. And every season you need to figure out in your life who's in your circle, who is beneficial to you as far as helping you, and who is not beneficial to you. If and until you start doing that and checking off your list, you will never elevate with this. You have to move up. Even a snake sheds its skin after a while. God is showing you through nature. If a snake, why you think a snake has to shed its skin? Because it has new skin. It can't live in that old skin no more. So when it comes to our friendships, whether it be our wives, whether it be our children, whether it be our husbands, whether it be our brothers, our blood brothers and our blood sisters, same mama, same daddies. Some of them we have to cut off because they mean us no good. Yes, I used to smoke weed. Yes, I used to smoke cigarettes, but I'm not the same brother no more. Yes, I used to be a whoremonger, sleeping from woman to woman to woman, but I'm not the same brother no more. Yes, I used to be a whore, sleeping from brother to brother, but I'm not the same sister no more. We have to learn to take accountability. And yes, taking accountability hurts. Making a change hurts. Facing your problems hurts. But it's gonna be worth it in the end. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be worth it in the end, trust me. But you have to trust the process in order for you to have success. I'm going to say it again. You have to trust the process in order for you to have what? Success. There's consequences and there's repercussion to everything you do, good and bad. And you have to be wise enough to understand that. Don't get caught up in thinking just because that's my mama, I'm gonna take on her foolishness because no matter what, that's my mama. That's the wrong mindset to have. Because guess what? You have your own life. You have your own life. And if your mama is interrupting your life, I mean really interrupting your life. Let's say, for example, you're having an argument with your husband. Let's say, sis, you're having an argument with your husband or your boyfriend. Let's just say husband, because I don't like using the term boyfriend and girlfriend too much. Let's say you're having a problem with your husband. The Bible says that such shall have trouble in the flesh. What does it mean, trouble in the flesh? Trouble in the flesh means that when you get married, shit is going to happen. It's not going to be easy. There is no such thing as a perfect marriage. Don't be watching these damn TV. A lot of y'all be watching these damn TV shows and thinking that, okay, that's how I want my relationship to be. Never compare your relationship to something that's written on the TV. Listen, Tyler Perry is a billionaire. Tyler Perry is a billionaire. Tyler Perry ain't on your type of timing. Tyler Perry don't have the all the money and everything like that that Tyler Perry got. But you sit up there watching all the Tyler Perry drama shows, and you comparing it to your life. You trying to compare that man on that TV show to your husband, and now because you don't watch that TV show, you get mad at your husband or your boyfriend because you feel like he should treat you just like that actor on that Tyler Perry show treated his wife. Newsflash, they're actors and actresses. Stop comparing these relationships on even on social media. When y'all be seeing them people on them TV on TikTok and stuff like that, those people be going through it. When those cameras go off, those people be going through it. How do I know? Because everybody go through it. Yeah, that some people able to turn the camera on and say, "Look at us, y'all. Look at our family," and they be smiling in front of the camera. But as soon as the camera go off, yeah, bitch ass nigga, yeah, the camera off now. I ain't doing shit for you, hoe. Or the brother, yeah, make me a sandwich, bitch. All that shit you was talking last night, but because they make money on social media, here they go. Oh, I just love him so much. Oh, I just love her so much. Soon as the camera go off and they ain't got paid for that day, yeah, get the fuck away from me. I knew I should have cheated on your ass. But the whole time, y'all thinking, oh, that's a couple goal right there. That is a couple goal. That's what I want. I want that. Not knowing that these people are just acting just like those actors and actresses on Tyler Perry's movies. Come on, man. So now you done called your mama, and your mama telling you to divorce your husband for no reason at all because y'all having an argument. Meanwhile, she ain't even got no damn husband. She just as bitter and evil as you. Brother, here you go. You married to this sister, and just because you don't like something that she said, here you go telling your daddy, and here go your daddy. Well, get you another woman. Go to the strip club. Why would you tell your son that? Your married son, why would you tell your married son to go to the strip club or get him another woman? See, my point is, even when it comes to your parents, some of our parents are not right. Some of our friends are not right. You're gonna miss them, but you gotta cut them off. Now, I'm not saying cut them off completely, if you don't have to. But I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't start taking accountability and removing these people from y'all life, or taking accountability and understand that a lot of us be full of shit. Let me explain something about being full of shit. Having cerebral palsy, I'm constipated most of the time, so I have to watch what I eat. The type of cerebral palsy I have, I'm confined to a wheelchair 24/7 out of the day. So 24/7, right? So now, with me not being able to move my lower limbs like I can move. Don't get me wrong, I'm not paralyzed. I can move my legs and my feet to a certain point, but because I'm not up and able to stretch my body, it's similar to a woman that's pregnant, right? If the doctor tells the women that they have to move around so the baby can drop down further to be able to get ready to go through there, right? So she can deliver the baby. So because I'm not up walking around, it's the same thing. My bowels don't move like everybody else bowels move every day or every other day, right? So I have to do what I have to do to force my bowels to move, like eating honeydew melon, eating beetroot, eating leafy greens. Like yesterday I had honeydew. Last night I had ordered something from Wendy's, right? So today I'm gonna start my day off by eating some honeydew melon. Honeydew melons are good for hydration, and it has fiber in it. And I know that it helps me use the bathroom. So that's what I have to do to keep my bowels afloat, right? Or either I'm going to be constipated and can't use the bathroom. But what happens when you're constipated spiritually? What happens when you're full of shit spiritually? Yeah, you may be up walking around, but spiritually you full of shit. Until we realize that spiritually we are full of shit in our minds, we will never start to climb and start to elevate. You understand? We gotta be honest with myself. Isaac, you're full of shit. Or whatever your name is, Sarah, you're full of shit. Rebecca, you're full of shit. Whatever your name is. And you gotta be honest with your family and friends and tell them when they're full of shit. And have evidence to show them that they're full of shit. And hopefully, in hopes that we know how to take accountability first and foremost, and in hopes that once we learn to take accountability, we can help someone else take accountability. So the point is, guys, out of all those examples, the point is, let's all learn how to take accountability. Let's learn how to take this bitter medicine that could change our life. Let's take this bitter medicine that could change our life. Now, will it be easy? No. Is it going to happen overnight? No. But start today. Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow may be too late. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, I love y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let's take accountability. I hope I was able to help some of you today. And because I was definitely able to help myself. That's why I'm starting to change certain things that I do, because I had to learn to take accountability. But look, I hope I was able to help y'all, at least one person. If not, I know I'm not going to be able to help everybody, but if I was able to help at least one person, do me a favor. Just hit that like button and hit that share button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I will be back tomorrow morning, Lord's will, with another edition of Morning Motivation with Officer Israel. You guys know how I like to say it all the time. Stay positive, stay productive, and most important, stay away from negativity.